Hello, I'm not outside today in Greta's garden, I'm indoors. I just thought I'd show you an update of my seedlings, how they're doing. These are the plants that I must start early, the warmth loving, in order to get any kind of crop from them. So that's your tomatoes, your eggplants, your peppers, and squash. Here in Newfoundland, my zone 5B where I am, we haven't yet transitioned from the cold and bare to that lovely warmth and lush in the gardens in my property yet. Trees are just starting to bud, and they're calling on Tuesday, I think, for snow in other parts of Newfoundland, not here, but so yeah, these are patiently waiting. We have passed our final frost date here, but they're still going to need some time. I can't even get them out to harden off, so they're getting a bit tired looking, but I'll show you what I've got. The reason I can't harden off yet is it's still been quite frosty in the mornings and very, very cold and windy in the days, so they still have to stay indoors. And all the seeds that I can in fact start outdoors, I have. Those will make it in the length of my season. Here's some brassicas. I have been hardening off my brassicas and I've been killing them. Anyway, some are surviving, and that's why I overseed. So in here is just some kale. I think it's all kale, and a couple of celery there. These are flowers, delphiniums, and I can't recall all that's there. I've been hardening them off too, so they're looking a little bit windblown also. It's the wind that is getting me. Celery, also been hardening off, but I'm not quite ready to put that out yet. So they're overdue. They should go out, and they do like the cool, but any day now for those. These are tomato plants. What I'm working on today actually is potting on tomato plants. Again, I would have liked to, as of this week, be hardening them off, but it looks like it's going to be cold, wet, and windy, so that won't occur. So I'm going to pot them on. They're really getting a bit leggy. Then I have some monster plants. These were intended to be indoors, and it looks like they're probably going to, isn't this crazy? They're spoon tomatoes, and I've got one over here or two. So I think they're just part of my living room decor now. I may try to harden them off, and I don't know if it'll work. Anyway. No tomatoes on them yet, though they're just starting to flower. Some more celery. More tomatoes. These are my eggplants. They're hanging in, looking pretty good actually. I mean, they've only sat here in this window ever. They haven't gotten much proper, strong light. So I'm pleased they're doing okay. Another tomato. Peppers are also okay. Same situation, just window light when it's there. We've been so rainy that it's just been clouds. Some dying basil and some okay basil. These didn't make it in. It was a lot of onions and some flowers, I think, in there. And it got rained on and I didn't catch it in time, so they got soaked, and the wind, and not doing well. Some hodgepodge here of, looks like we've got flowers and some brassicas. More tomatoes, more celery, more peppers, and this is cabbage. Possibly some kale over there, or broccoli. These have been blown and blown and blown. Again, I just keep trying. I can't even get a half hour of putting them out. It's terrible. But what will happen here is we will go directly to heat. And of course your brassicas like it a little cooler. So unfortunately the hardening off has not been going well. So more brassicas there. So that's your broccolis and cabbage, and I've got broccolinis too. Here's another spoon tomato and a lovely little red pepper. It's supposed to be green, I think. I'll pick that one. That's now being attached. This should be quite the hoot, trying to get these out. So these are the squash that shouldn't be in here. So just sort of couldn't bring myself to, I was testing the seeds, couldn't bring myself to kill them. I'm calling them my Dianas. Hi, Diana. They are flowering, and I noticed that there's females now. So let me see if I can find one. I'm going to flip the phone around. I don't know if that's one there. But yeah, I doubt that any kind of a squash is going to hang on to those. They're birdhouse gourds. But what the birdhouse gourd is doing as it does, it's a crazy plant that really grows. Sorry, it's a monster plant. So it's attached to here. So Bruce will have to help me, I believe. He'll carry the big pot, I'll carry the smaller pot, as we try to harden off and see if we can get them outside. Or they're going to live here or be tossed, I'm not sure. Some more tomato plants. These I'm potting on today also because can't get them out. We'll just go over to my other windows. Okay, some of my potting on mess going on here. These are all tomatoes also here, I believe, and basil. Yeah, some basil. But those are all various stages of tomatoes. Now, my squash is looking good because it's got the best window. I've just turned them around too, so they look really lush on this side. I turn them around every day, of course. So I'll go through what I've got here. This is a wild bunch, so I'm not sure. I picked the biggest seed that was in a pack of multi types of squash. I'd really like to grow them all, but only have room for so many, so I just picked the largest seed. It might be a big Hubbard or something. I'm just not sure. There's my celebration squash, which I really like those. Mine is still lasting in the pantry. Then I've got a winter sweet, which is a beautiful squash that I grew many years ago. And it did well. And I never grew it since because it's got a long season of growth. So I concentrated on more the faster season, like the celebration. But I thought, you know, I had beautiful squash from it. It's a lovely blue thing. So I'm trying it again. What have I got? Oh, cucamelon. Had to try them. Never tried them before. Tried them last year, but because I had to leave, all my squash plants died because I had to take a flight in May 26th before they could get out in proper. This is a delicious cantaloupe. I think that's the one given to me from groundskeeper Cody. Oh, rondinese. One of my favorite zucchini. It's wanting to flower. That's okay. They'll just keep going. Here, don't know. Oh, this is another melon. The Halona melon. So I've got two of those in there for some reason. Here I've got Burgess Buttercup and my Nosh zucchini. They grow really well here. Oh, Sugar Baby watermelon. Never tried a watermelon. How fun to try. That was given to me by groundskeeper Cody also. Little Gem, which is sort of your red curry is what it is. And they grow really well for me. One of the few that do. Jack Be Littles, trying those for the first time. And Table Queen back there. So the squash are looking nice. If I can harden them off properly, they may have a good go this season. Now I'll just quickly pop upstairs and show you what I grow indoors that don't go outside ever. Here's my house plants. These have tomatoes, scotia, and bush. And then my peppers, my hot peppers, two types there. And my wax pepper. So let's see, we've got I've been picking my tomatoes, so there's no red ones here. But still lots on the way. There's some in the back there. And it's flowering all over still. Then peppers, peppers, peppers. I've got so many. I've been busy harvesting both the green, which I'm using it instead of just black pepper. I'm using this in every meal I make pretty much because I've got so many. And the red peppers I'm harvesting and drying and grinding. And they're a great boon to have for red pepper flakes. That's it for my houseplants. They're really enjoying it here though. Well, those are the plants that are patiently waiting, as patient as I am. It gets hard this time of year, doesn't it? Many of you though have yours out, and I've already seen your lush gardens, which is beautiful. But that's it. Hope you're all keeping well. We'll see you soon.